Opioids are the leading cause of drug overdoses in the United States, claiming thousands of lives each year. Good evening to you. I'm Laura Queso.
And I'm Stephanie Harris. Today, we dig deeper into the cost of the opioid crisis, specifically its economic impact on Hampton Roads. 10 on your side's Chris Horne explains its effects on local businesses and has an update from the Virginia Attorney General's case against a major drug maker.
Yeah, thousands of people in Hampton Roads have opioid addiction, and they started either on illness, surgery, or sickness, something like that, and then they got hooked. And in some cases, they moved on to heroin or fentanyl. They missed work or stopped working completely. And Attorney General Mark Herring renewed his call for accountability for the family he sees as largely responsible for the opioid crisis.
And they need to understand the party is over and we're coming for them.
Virginia Attorney General Mark Herring was talking about the Sackler family who owns Purdue Pharma, makers of OxyContin. He has sued the company and the family.
They have lived a life of unimaginable wealth and comfort, while so many families here in Hampton Roads and across the country were struggling because of an addiction.
Meanwhile, local economists are measuring the impact opioids are having on our region's business. ODU economist Robert McNabb estimates that 8,000 to 10,000 people in Hampton Roads have left the job market because of addiction. His colleague is encouraging local employers to adapt to the crisis and provide workplaces that are recovery friendly, because they'll end up saving money by reducing treatment costs and lost work time.
Amazing statistics that are telling us that individuals are taking these drugs at work.
Senator Tim Kaine appeared by video and says employers are telling him they can't find workers who can pass a drug test. U.S. Attorney Zachary Terwilliger talked about enforcement and the scourge of the powerful synthetic opioid fentanyl. It's available by mail order on the shadow internet known as the dark web.
We're making sure that that's not an open-air drug market, and so we are looking at that. We're aware of that, and we have investigative techniques that we're using.
And Herring says the two sides are still far apart, despite the Sacklers' recent offers to settle lawsuits brought by states and other governments across the nation.
We want to get as much money as we can from those who have to take some personal accountability and help use that money to help treat those who are suffering right now.
And Herring says the case against Purdue isn't necessarily the last when it comes to holding companies accountable for the opioid crisis. He says multiple states, including Virginia, are also looking at possible action against other drug makers and distributors. Chris Horne, 10 on your side.